In the dynamic landscape of the global startup ecosystem, tales of success and failure often intertwine, revealing the harsh realities faced by even the most promising ventures. Sendy, a Kenyan logistics startup that once held the promise of revolutionizing the supply chain industry, is now grappling with the bitter taste of failure. As news of its impending shutdown and asset sale emerges, it's time to dissect the factors that led to Sendy's downfall, from a valuation of $80 million last year. Sendy emerged on the scene in 2015 as a beacon of innovation in Kenya's logistics sector. The startup's vision was clear: to disrupt traditional supply chain models by connecting retailers directly with manufacturers. This would eliminate intermediaries, reduce costs, and streamline the distribution of fast-moving consumer goods, FMCGs. With co-founders Meshach Aloys, Evanson Biwott, Don Okoth, and Malika Judd at the helm, Sendy attracted attention with its innovative approach and secured funding from various investors. The early years were marked by impressive growth and hefty investments. Sendy secured a total of $26.5 million in disclosed funding from notable investors, such as Toyota Tsusho, Atlantica Ventures, and Vested World, among others. By late 2021, the startup's valuation soared to over $80 million, cementing its position as a rising star in Kenya's tech ecosystem. However, Sendy's ambitions were grander than its financial backing. In 2020, the company aimed to raise a significant $100 million in funding, but reality fell short of expectations. While it managed to secure a fraction of the intended amount from MOL+, the corporate venture capital arm of Japanese transport company Mitsui O.S.K. Lines, Sendy's aspirations seemed to outstrip its actual resources. As Sendy entered the competitive world of B2B e-commerce, it encountered the operational complexities that plague many startups aiming to disrupt established industries. The startup's admirable mission to cut costs and boost efficiency was hindered by the challenges of logistics, inventory management, and customer acquisition. In response to mounting operational costs, Sendy initiated a series of cost-cutting measures in 2021. Last July, it announced a 10% reduction in its workforce, a move attributed to the current realities impacting tech companies globally. Unfortunately, the company's challenges didn't stop there. It was forced to make further cuts, including shuttering a product line and exiting a market. The downturn in Sendy's fortunes accelerated in October when it laid off 54 employees and discontinued its supply service. This was followed by another blow in February, when the startup exited its end-to-end fulfillment offering in Nigeria, a market it had entered with much fanfare 2 years prior. These moves were indicative of a company desperately trying to stay afloat, shedding aspects of its operations to staunch the bleeding. By mid-2023, Sendy's financial situation had grown increasingly dire. According to sources close to the matter, the startup had already exhausted its funds 2 months before the news of its shutdown emerged. It had been grappling with financial constraints for over a year, struggling to reconcile its aspirations with the practicalities of sustaining its operations. In the midst of this turmoil, Sendy sought to secure fresh capital and explore potential buyers to salvage what was left of its business. However, these efforts bore little fruit. The startup's valuation plummeted to the $40–60 million range, a far cry from its former glory. Moreover, one of its key investors backed out of a potential transaction, leaving Sendy with insufficient funds to cover even its employees' salaries. With its back against the wall, Sendy entered discussions with several potential buyers and investors, hoping to salvage its operations through a sale of assets. The pool of potential buyers, however, remained limited, consisting of African companies in the B2B e-commerce and trucking space, including names like Trella, Sabi, Wasoko, and even one of its own investors. As the talks unfolded, over 200 employees faced the grim reality of an impending closure. The fate of Sendy's workforce, once a driving force behind its growth, now hung in the balance. Despite the challenges and obstacles, Sendy's co-founder Meshach Aloys confirmed the acquisition process, offering a glimmer of hope for some form of resolution. Sendy's journey from promise to peril offers crucial lessons for both aspiring entrepreneurs and established investors. It underscores the need for startups to strike a balance between ambitious goals and the pragmatic realities of funding and operations. While innovation can spark initial interest, sustaining a business demands a meticulous understanding of market dynamics, scalability, and operational efficiencies. The logistics industry, despite its ripe potential for disruption, remains a challenging terrain. Sendy's downfall should serve as a reminder that even the most well-funded startups are not immune to the complexities of supply chains, customer behavior, and financial sustainability. As Sendy prepares to issue a formal joint statement about its acquisition, the tech world watches with a mixture of sympathy and reflection. The startup story stands as a testament to the volatile nature of entrepreneurship, a realm where dreams can be shattered, even in the face of the most ambitious visions. This is Tech and Butter. Leave your views on your take-home. Subscribe and like for more startup and tech stories.